globalization, or the interconnection of cultures through means of communication and trade, has taken center stage around the world. But in such an era of communication, globalization has also taken a negative toll. Many countries with fewer resources are now finding themselves fighting on a globalist market and struggling to compete with more established, strong economies. Globalization is such a novelty concept that not too many people grasp it, and we're all affected by it. As such, one must study the particular cases and circumstances of other countries to therefore ask ourselves, what factors predict the level of globalization across nations? For this study, we'll be taking a look at 6 different independent variables and contrast them with a dependent variable to observe the relationship between each of them. The dependent variable will be the level of globalization, and the independent variables are the Corruption Perception Index, or CPI, per capita GDP, the Population Density, Human Development Index, or HDI, the level of income inequality, and the level of freedom. We will observe 6 different hypotheses for this study, including as the level of CPI increases or corruption decreases, globalization scores will rise. As the level of GDP, population density, and HDI increase, globalization scores will also rise. As the level of income inequality increases, globalization scores will decrease, and as the level of freedom increases, globalization scores will rise. We will be using 2 different types of analysis: scatter plot for regular interactions between the variables, and an analysis of variance, or ANOVA, for a closer study on the differences between regions and subregions to take a closer look on how globalization adapts in different parts of the world. So, let's proceed with our correlation analysis. Here's a showcase of our table. As you can see, we find that CPI, GDP, HDI, and the freedom variables have a significant positive relationship, with HDI having the highest relationship with a correlation score of 0.828. Moreover, we find that the level of income inequality has a significant negative relationship, with a score of minus 0.438. In this study, only population density did not meet expectations, and we failed to reject the null hypothesis for this variable. For our regions ANOVA, we find that Europe and North America stand above the overall mean, with countries like Switzerland, Canada, the US being prominent examples, while Asia stands barely behind the mean and Africa being significantly behind. Oceania is mainly divided between Australia and New Zealand, who both stand above the mean, and the rest of the continent, which clearly stands outside of the mean. In the matter of subregions, we take a closer look to particular sections of each continent that might be more prone to globalization. In this study, we wanted to see whether the northern regions and the western hemisphere had more scores of globalization than the rest of the world. Observations indicated that the northern regions of the Americas, Africa, and Europe had the highest scores among the rest of the continent, and that the western hemisphere, America, Europe, and Australia/New Zealand, did in fact surpass the mean more frequently than the eastern hemisphere of Asia, Africa, and the rest of Oceania. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I hope you find this very interesting. I'm Alejandro Briseño, and I'll see you next time.